Okay, so someone needs to explain this to me because it's just blown my mind, and it doesn't take a lot to blow my mind. Um, so yesterday I was defluffing a jumper with a lint comb. Here's the photo, and then I WhatsApped my mate to say how immensely satisfying defluffing a jumper was, and here's the WhatsApp message. So she replied back with, as you can see, you need to get an electric one. So then this morning I was on WhatsApp and I got an ad for an electric lint brush. Here's the ad.
All I'm going to say is everyone needs this. Every single person in every household needs this. You don't have to throw.
Now, how has that happened? What? I've not Googled anything about lint brushes or electric brush. I didn't buy the lint brush online even. I bought it in a physical store in my Sainsbury's. But how was that ad? How have I been targeted with that ad? It, short of TikTok being able to view my WhatsApp messages, which I know it can't do because WhatsApp's encrypted, and short of it being able to see my photos, which even then it was just a photo of a lint comb. But how have I got an advert for an electric lint brush, which my friend mentioned on WhatsApp? I don't get it. How have I got that advert? I just don't get how that advert works. I mean, how has it randomly selected me with a lint comb advert? It's such a random advert to get. You wouldn't. You know, I get random adverts on TikTok, but I just don't get how has it work? How has it done that?
Have you heard of this conspiracy theory? This is the subliminal advertising conspiracy theory. Apparently in the 1950s, a lot of subliminal advertising started happening, using ads to manipulate consumers to buy things they didn't even need. And this is an ongoing thing even till this day. By the name of James Vickery and his associate Francis Thayer put this subliminal ad in their movie, only for a couple milliseconds. So of course people can eat popcorn. Well, little did they know they started a trend in every movie and every TV show since then. And I'm pretty sure it worked, because I don't know about y'all, but I really love these chips. Let me know in the comments what you think. Follow for more. And always, y'all be safe.
You have to watch this video.
Conducting experiments to infiltrate your subconscious and make you dream about their products. Last year, volunteers were reportedly asked to watch this strange, trippy video laden with Coors imagery. The volunteers then went to sleep while listening to audio from the video. Coors wanted to, quote, shape and compel the subconscious to dream about their products. And apparently, it worked. About 30% of the participants reported Coors in their dreams. One woman told The Hustle she had a series of, quote, weird Coors dreams. Later, she said they were brought into a focus group where she said, quote, we all felt like lab rats. It just didn't really sit right. This type of suggestive behavior to elicit specific dreams is called targeted dream incubation, or TDI, where, for example, the brain is trained while awake to associate a sound or smell with an item. Then, as the person goes to sleep, the sound or the scent is introduced, and the person will dream about the associated item. Coors is not the only company looking into dream ads. Microsoft, Sony, Burger King, and some airlines are reportedly looking into TDI advertising as well.
Doesn't Bill Gates have a hand in all this?
Some warn with the rise of smart devices, some unethical advertisers could send signals through smart speakers in our sleep without us knowing. Sleep researchers are so concerned, last year they wrote an open letter signed by nearly 40 scientists warning that, quote, Our dreams cannot become just another playground for corporate advertisers. Our dreams are the most personal, intimate part of our psyche.
Gotta stop looking things up at midnight.
I want to show you one of the biggest conspiracies that's happened in this decade. Balenciaga has been in a major scandal with regards to images like this. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I do not believe this was a mistake. I think it was a calculated marketing plan. In fact, I have evidence that it was a calculated marketing plan. Balenciaga is owned by a company called Kering. Kering is run by Francois Pinoy, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and their revenue is 13 billion. Follow me on this. November 16th, Balenciaga launched their dodgy campaign. Remember, this is who controls the strings. This is the company that owns Balenciaga. On the 16th of November, when Balenciaga launched their campaign, Kering, the company that owns Balenciaga, was trading at 538 euros per share. Over the last 3 weeks, Kering, the company that owns Balenciaga, has gone from 538 euros to 559 euros, an increase of over 20 euros per share in the middle of a scandal. You always have to watch the data. This wasn't a mistake. They knew what they were doing. They also knew that this sort of attention would drive more people to their parent company, Kering, and people will buy shares in this company and line their own pockets. Real question here is this: who are the people who were buying shares in Kering during this period? And the second question is, are we all being played? In the meantime, if Balenciaga's parent company is Kering and Kering owns Gucci, YSL, Veneta, Balenciaga, McQueen's, then where's the cancellation for all of these people also?
Elon Musk's aunt explains babysitting him.
Is he human? I asked my aunt. I don't know. Those Illuminati. Okay, he opened up something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever. But he was excited and he was jumping up and down. And
so he was able to open up a Stargate in his room.
Whatever you want to call it. It was a different
Yeah, a
dimension.
portal. Well,
Giant portal for the local principalities. Now, if you saw my last video, you know about the stones and what I mentioned about the rituals. Look what it's called. Transcending. Come on, guys. Really? If you can't, I don't even, do I have to explain this? Now, I actually came here before and I prayed standing here. I'm gonna show you. Right there. And you know what happened? My feet started burning when I saw, because I was praying against this thing. But look, watch this. Look at this. Look. Look at these hands. Fallen ones.
The reason many of you are saying this guy is wrong, because one, you don't read your Bible, and two, you are blinded by the truth. I pray the Lord opens your eyes.
I'm 2862. Believe it.
6A.
6A.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you.
I swear to Lucifer.
This is why I stopped flying, especially when you have anxiety.
结果报应了！
别着急啊你！没事。你怕什么呀？对呀，我操，这么多人在这里。
赶紧给家里人打电话，跟外号一样。
接旅客，这里是雾南广播，请您在座位上坐好，不必惊慌，感谢您的配合。
打死！他妈的，重开！不想重开吗？对不对？一辈子给他妈努力挣打工。我干，什么代表的？
There could be a time where the magnetic poles actually shift.
This is mainstream science. The poles do flip. It's a planet flip 90 degree. When that event happens, it's going to be cataclysmic. Your magnetic compass will flip. The sun will stay in the same spot, causing heating like we've never experienced. Supervolcanoes, and that the wind and the waters continue with their momentum. The interior of the molten core does a shift. That's why the compass will flip. The evidence shows that it's accelerating. Back in just the 1990s, the North Pole was transitioning at 10 miles a year. Now it's at almost 40 miles. It happens in cycles, and we're long overdue. 200,000 years overdue. When it happens, the other theory is that the Earth's shields will be diminished.
The magnetic field is what protects us from solar flares and cosmic radiation. It's getting weaker faster. So we seem to be heading towards an unknown time where the poles may shift.
You guys are freaking me the fuck out, man.
For most of you, there is the awareness that the clock is ticking and time is running out on this age of Earth. For newer viewers, this may be a rough introduction, getting tossed into the fire, so to speak, on Earth's ongoing magnetic pole shift. I know several of you have seen this recent video, or others, or read the articles on the new magnetic field mission launched by China. It's been 60 days since the Macau Science 1 launched on a Chinese rocket set to study Earth's ongoing magnetic field shift. While lips have been anything but loose out of China, it is clear they have become very concerned, and they should be. Over the past decade, we've gone over about 100 scientific studies on the danger of geomagnetic reversals, excursions, magnetic pole shifts, pole flips. They take so many names, but it's all the same. Earth's magnetic poles move. The magnetic protection of our planet weakens, and as we saw in these recent articles, as we saw in the ones before, these cause extinctions and deliver a major blow to the biosphere as a whole. Through ozone destruction, increased ultraviolet, additional cosmic radiation, navigational issues throughout the food chain, and more, these events are the great infliction of Earth's disaster cycle. To quickly review, they happen about every 6,000 years, with every other one on the 12,000 year mark being far worse. And yes, we are at that 12,000 year mark now. The question mark at the event 54,000 years ago is because there's only about 3 studies that solidly show the shift. Otherwise, there are several, if not dozens, of studies identifying the other events and describing their impact. These events can happen quickly once they begin, in as little as 80 years in the observational, the geological evidence. In fact, the modern computer models are even catching up to this reality, with them happening in about a century. Models and observational evidence of reality converging. With that in mind, a quick reminder, for nearly 2,000 years, Earth's magnetic field was basically at full strength. In the middle of the 1800s, it began weakening again, right on time, and was down to 90% strength by the year 2000. 10 years later, it was at 85%. We're down to about 75% now, and based on these accelerations, we should continue dropping to about half strength in 2040, on track for the tipping point in the 2040s. The new extinction sequence, and the beginning of the next age of Earth.